I think at this point it's pretty clear that I am one of the big problems that we have inside of the world of audiology. Hey guys, welcome back to the DrCliffAuD vlog. This is vlog number 247, and today I want to talk to you guys about why I am clearly one of the biggest problems inside of my profession. But before I do me a huge favor, click the like button, really helps out the channel. And if you are not yet subscribed to the channel with notifications turned on, go ahead and do that as well. It is greatly appreciated. So, a couple of weeks ago? No, I think it was like a week ago or so from the time of me filming this here, one of my colleagues, Dr. Mikasalia, posted something on LinkedIn. So LinkedIn is usually for more professional posts to where we're talking to other, colleagues and acquaintances, stuff like that, not necessarily people who would be our patients. So some stuff, is said there that is good, maybe bad sometimes. But in this particular case, it was very good. At least in my opinion, it was very good. So, Dr. Gasalia said, or posted, saw a patient a couple days ago who drove 3 hours just to see me because I'm in Cliff Olson's Hearing Up network. I called the patient before he drove down that there were good providers closer and he wouldn't have it. Today, I fit a patient from another state because there was no one in his city who would provide best practices. No, not just real ear, which is the least you can do. He's talking about all best practices. He went to 6 providers in his area before finding me, Dr. Gasalia, and flew to LA and got his new hearing aids today. I just wanted to share that Cliff's reach is something no one's ever done in the hearing care space. I get it. There are many of you who do follow best practices, but do not want to be part of his network. You may not like when he promotes a model of hearing aid you don't use in your office, and your patients ask about them. You don't like his hair. I get it. Very funny, Amit. I'm just here to share that being in his network works. If you're a hearing care provider, check it out. If you're a patient, these are vetted providers, not just folks paying a membership fee. And then, of course, he posted the hearingup.com website there for you to find an excellent hearing care professional. So, to give you a little bit of a backstory, I started Hearing Up in 2019, right before COVID hit, because I had this problem that people were continuously flying out to see me in Arizona to treat their hearing loss. And I'm like, what would be even better? If you could stay more local and find a local hearing care professional who does all the things that I talk about on my channel, which are best practices. Best practices are the only way that we can ensure that you're receiving the maximum amount of benefit from your hearing aids. There are very specific procedures and considerations that must be taken into account by your hearing care professional. The unfortunate thing is that very few hearing care professionals actually follow comprehensive audiologic best practices. Just like Dr. Gasalia said in his post here, it doesn't mean that you just do real ear. Real ear is only one of the many different best practices that you have to be using inside of your clinic to achieve these really high-level treatment outcomes. And the whole goal for me, like I said, was to get these individuals into an excellent hearing care professional without having to fly all the way to Arizona, because I want them to have someone who is more local, who can give them local support. So that was my intent. Now, as things have gone on, or as time has gone on with this network, it's had its critics. I mean, it's been growing, meaning that more and more hearing care professionals are understanding that, like, well, hey, I'm doing all of these best practices. I've been doing these best practices for a long time, longer than Dr. Cliff Olson has been talking to people on YouTube. And so they want to get credit for it because they want the patients in their local communities to know that they are doing things the right way. And that is ultimately why most people end up signing up to join the network. Well, as I said, as time has gone on, there's been some people who've been supportive and some people who have not been supportive of this, because individuals do have to go through this vetting process and they have to be approved before I allow them into the network, because I have to confirm that they're actually following best practices to the best of my knowledge. Now, once I feel that they are, and I can confidently refer people to them knowing that they'll get a good treatment outcome, I have them pay a membership fee. So there's either a monthly or annual membership fee, and they pay this every single month, and it justifies my time of creating content to promote the network. It's basically marketing for them. Now, the thing is that the marketing that I'm doing for them is really just teaching people about what best practices are, and then saying, if you want to go to a professional who actually does these things I'm talking about, either go to the hearingup.com website and find one of these hearing care professionals, or print off the best practice checklists and go into your local community and find out which of the hearing care professionals in your local community are actually following best practices. So you don't have to actually be a part of the network to fully benefit from it. But there are some people out there, like I said, who are not a very big fan of the Hearing Up network. And, you know, I have enough of a brand name, so to speak, in the profession to where people will say things negatively about what I'm doing with this network, but they won't actually mention me by name because they know that if I do, like, I carry a lot of weight when it comes to, I can say stuff, you know, on social media and consumers hear what they've said. And so I'm not going to name any names with this, but this was a post that was done, I think, like a day after. It was done 6 days after, because that post from Amit Gasalia, it got a lot of attention. And so there have been some people who've been posting things about that, kind of like, they're not going to name names, but you know who they're talking about. So this was a post that came out just shy of a week after Amit Gasalia posted his, and it says, as audiologists, we need to be careful of how we communicate the importance of different certifications and endorsements to patients. While some show an advanced level of skill, knowledge, or training, others do not. I am very concerned when I see stories of patients traveling out of their community at greater expense and burden to see a provider simply because that provider has been endorsed by an individual or organization for basic audiologic care, which honestly, best practices is as basic as it gets. Those are the fundamental things that you should be doing as a hearing care professional. It goes on to say that patients should not be choosing one provider over another for a pay-to-play endorsement. I don't know what the solution is, but the problem is clear, and based on my inference of this, the problem is me. And there might be a couple other, you know, private organizations out there that have some level of endorsement of the providers who are in their network or have their certification. And it makes total sense. I mean, if you're going to hold your members to a higher standard, you would typically want to say, hey, at least my members are holding this standard. If you're looking for an excellent place to go to one of these hearing care professionals. But the thing is here is that I never wanted people to travel outside of their area. In fact, the whole purpose of the network was to get people to stay put in their local community and find a hearing care professional who follows best practices, and then I do the hard work of identifying who those providers are. Sure, not everybody wants to join the network. Not everyone thinks it's morally or ethically right for me to charge a nominal monthly or nominal annual fee to be a part of this network. And if I really wanted to make a ton of money, I would just say, hey, listen, if you're a hearing care professional and you want me to send you referrals, just pay me a membership fee and I'll send you as many people as you want. And the reason I can't do that is because that would diminish everything that I've built here on YouTube, because the whole intent of this channel is to educate people on why hearing care professionals matter and why excellent hearing care professionals matter. So while I can totally understand the concern of this individual poster, we wouldn't be in this predicament right here if our profession did the right thing at all times. And I'm sorry, but when I got into this profession in 2012, you know, we all come into something being like, oh, we hold ourselves to the highest standard and we always do the right thing because we care about our patients and all of that. Like, that's what I thought I was walking into. I mean, when I went into the Marine Corps, it was all about we do things the hard way because that's what Marines are. We improvise, adapt, overcome. It doesn't matter how hard something is. We figure out a solution to whatever problem that we're faced with. And then I get into the profession and I realize that it's really just a lot of people complaining, but not a lot of people doing anything about it. And I know that this is going to catch some flack from other professionals inside of the world of audiology and maybe even some hearing instrument specialists, but our profession has done a very bad job conveying the value of a hearing care professional, and they've done an even worse job, and I say they, I mean we, have done an even worse job holding ourselves to a high standard. In fact, there were not even really standards. We're starting to have standards come out inside of our profession, but this is a wild, wild west profession. And if everyone was doing things the right way, there would absolutely be no need for my YouTube channel at all. because all you would have to do is just blindly walk into any audiology clinic, and that you would inherently know that they're going to do everything exactly the right way. They're not going to have any biases towards specific brands of hearing aids. They're not going to cut corners when it comes to treatment. You know that you're going to get real measurement. You know your hearing aid is going to be tested in a test box. You know you're going to get validated outcome measures. You know you're going to get speech and noise testing. You know you're going to get all of these different best practices without you having to ask if they're actually going to do them. The problem is hearing aid satisfaction rates are in the toilet historically in our profession. Yes, they have been getting better as of recent. I like to think that part of that is because you guys are becoming more educated on the things that you need to be receiving from your hearing care professional. But at the end of the day, if our profession would have handled itself the right way and held us all up to a very high standard, we wouldn't be having to have Dr. Cliff making YouTube content, and we wouldn't have to have me create a network to help you guys find an excellent hearing care professional. So like I said, while I appreciate the overall sentiment of this post, that is basically a response post to Dr. Mikasalia saying, someone that literally flew out to his clinic to see him, I can't necessarily agree with the idea that what I'm doing here is part of the problem. Now, maybe I'm blind to it because I'm so close to it, and maybe I'm biased because, yes, I do derive income from this network, but I get a heck of a lot more in terms of value from this network when I have people reach out to me saying that, hey, I've gone to 6 other hearing care clinics and none of them did any of the stuff that you talk about on your channel, and I've been struggling with my hearing loss for decades. But then when I went in to see one of your Hearing Up Network members, they fixed the problem within 2 visits. Like, to me, that is way more valuable than anything that I earn from having this particular network. Now, I've told professional organizations this before, some higher ups inside of our organizations, and I said, listen, if you guys wanted to literally take over everything that I'm doing with Hearing Up, and you're making sure that you're vetting hearing care professionals, that they're actually following comprehensive best practices, I would shut down the Hearing Up network immediately. Because honestly, I don't want to say it because this sounds bad. The Hearing Up network is more of a burden than anything else. Like, I have to make sure that we continuously vet these hearing care professionals. Then if we get complaints, I have to make sure that we solve the complaints. I have to keep making content to tell people, hey, if you're looking for an excellent professional, go to one of the ones in the network. It would be much easier for me if one of our professional organizations would just take it over and basically say, listen, if you don't do these things, then we're going to kick you out of our professional organization. And that's it. Like, if they would do that, there would be no need for me. So, am I part of the problem? I don't know. You tell me if I'm part of the problem or not. Maybe I'm a little part of the problem. I would be okay with that. Am I clearly the problem? I don't know if I agree with that. But you guys let me know down in the comment section, and as always, I'll see you next week.